Hey guys. So we are going to be telling a bit of a story today. It's Stacey's story more than mine, but we're part of the same story. So we're both on here. So before we get into the story, it's about the fact that Stacey's going to tell you. I'll give you a little head start, but Stacey's going to tell you that she's leaving Prife and will not be recommending their products anymore. And before I hand over to Stacey to start going into that, I want to make something very, very clear. I've been recommending Prife for a couple of years. I also am no longer recommending it, but this is not my story. This is Stacey's. But I want to make something clear because I've told my story to some of my people, and I've noticed them focusing on certain points and ignoring others. So I want to make this really clear. This is something both Stacey and myself believe. We love the technology that Prife brought to the world. We've both seen amazing things, and many of you will know Stacey's story, what it did for her. None of that has changed. We haven't, neither of us have changed our beliefs about what that does. It's awesome, awesome technology. So don't want anybody thinking that we're knocking the technology that basically saved Stacey. That's been a tremendous power for good in my own life. We're not knocking the technology, but there are some things, and I'm going to pass to Stacey in just a moment. There are some things that both of us have been unhappy with, and these things have piled up to the point where I left not just shortly, about a couple of weeks ago, or a week ago, and Stacey has now also left, and she's got a slightly different story to me, but many of the same components. So, Stacey, hey.
Hi. People are going to be
Okay.
really excited to see us back together. They've been asking, where are you and Ethan? Where are you and Ethan?
Yeah, we haven't done a live for ages. Then part of it's been because we both backed off from Price. That's
Yes.
part of what's going on. You've had some stuff going on in your life. I've actually got some stuff going on in my life, and so it just hasn't happened. But listen, you have just decided to pull out of Price. So
Yes.
tell us tell us the background, like what the heck's gone on, because you've been raving about the terahertz wand and other stuff that Price do for quite a long time. You've had some amazing results. You've shared intimate details, the ups and downs of your life, all sorts of stuff. You've been like, a diary of events in your life, and it's involved Price at every part, really. So it's kind
Right.
of shock. I think a lot of
Yes.
people will be shocked. What the heck? You're divorcing Price? Were they unfaithful? What did they do? So, so let's dig into that a little bit. So, what the heck has gone on?
Well, first of all, I do want to reiterate that anybody who's watched my story has seen the magical transformation that has happened from terahertz technology. So I absolutely 100% back the technology. However, some quality issues have come into play. And as you know, and I know, we have been waiting for the company to kind of rectify those and bring better quality products to the customer because the price point is quite pricey for most people. And so I just wasn't feeling super comfortable with, promoting the product when I know that there was faulty things going on in the background. Um, and so that's really what made me start exploring other options and other avenues that, other companies that may have the same type of technology or similar technology, because at the end of the day, my loyalty is not to a company, it's to my people and the people that I help. And because I was one of those people just 8, 9 months ago. So, based on that, I started to do some research, and of course, you and I. Go
If
ahead.
I one of the things, and we're not going to go into I've done videos on the quality problems,
Yep.
so we don't need to go into it here. But one of the things that has been a game-changing point for many of us, so the quality has been an issue, but we rested in the comfort that there was a great warranty.
Yes.
The warranty has been fantastic. Price have been fantastic with the warranty. They have, in fairness, up till this point.
Mhm.
So when
Mhm.
their ones break, and both you and I have got had a really good support system, whether it was being exchanged quickly, without fuss, without problem. But a couple
Mhm.
of things happened that both of us were really concerned about, and one of them is that an entire country. You can share that. Go on, you share.
Well, as many people may know, or maybe some haven't heard yet, but the entire country of Canada, the Prife products have been banned in that country. So that means at that moment that every Canadian client that I have and that you have has no warranty, has nothing to fall back on. So now they've got potentially faulty devices that are going to fail within that year, and we don't have any way to replace that for them. And so that was another, instrumental piece of this and why, I'm going in a new direction.
Right, and Prife, of course, will say we'll resolve it, we'll get into Canada, but I've seen this before, and it's tough. Health Canada are not nice to the natural health world. Okay, so we don't know all the details. We can't know because it's like hidden. But my experience is that these things do not get resolved very well, or even at all. And if they do get resolved, it's usually a long-term thing. So it's not likely to be resolved in the next month or the month after. It's probably, I hope that's not the case. I do. But that is a worry that they lost the warranty. Now, on top of that, we came across some information that Prife were considering blaming the consumer for overheating issues. And that wouldn't be covered under the warranty. So there's some things with the warranty that both of us weren't happy with. Now, that coincided. So both you and I both love this technology, and you just did or mentioned that. Is there anything else out there similar? And what's happened is that in Malaysia, where Prife are, another company has been given the same technology. They are making the same wand and a foot device at a higher quality and a better price. Right? I mean, the two things that you want. Better quality usually means higher price, but we've got the better quality with a lower price in another country, in another company. Now, this company is not really hasn't been in the US and Canada and Europe and all the rest of it, but that's changing right now. So we can get to that in a little bit, and just I don't think we want to spend too much time on that, but we do want to let people know that, because we don't want to come in with that technology is brilliant and you can't get it anymore. You can. So we'll get to that. But so Prife did another thing which I was very upset with, and I think you were obviously more upset because it affected you more than me. Well, I've got my own, so I'm just thinking, no, I actually, I had the same kind of thing. But you made a post about natural health. You do a lot of posts about natural health, and it happened to be you were looking into this other company, which is called Ollie Life. Put that out there. Called Ollie Life. You made a post sharing some information about it. Now, you were not with that company. You were with Prife. In fact, the day you made that post, you actually, had got quite a few customers for Prife, right? But you made this post just saying, hey, this is a cool product. You're not selling it. You're not a distributor. You're not in the company, but you're sharing information, and you're examining the company with a view. I think that could be the way I'm going. So let's be upright. You were looking at the company as a serious thing. You hadn't got all the information at that point, but you made that post. Tell us what happened.
Well, Tuesday, when I attempted to get into my Prife accounts, I was shocked to find out that I had been locked out of all of my accounts, which, by the way, I have hundreds of accounts because I've had hundreds of clients. So I couldn't get into anything. So I was completely locked out and unable to retrieve my funds, which I had earned by, of course, selling their product. To which I went and checked my email, and I got a compliance letter stating that I was cross-recruiting for another company and selling another, competing product and all of that, which was absolutely false, as you know. That's kind of where it stands now.
I just had to disappear. I thought you'd carry on, and still,
I can edit that out. No worries.
Stop. Okay. Right. So where were we? So they close your account. Okay.
Yep.
So you were accused by them without discussion with you of things that you hadn't done. So cross-recruiting into a company that you weren't even in, right? And they took your money.
Yep.
And this money was money that you were about to pay your rent with.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay, so
I am the breadwinner for my family. So yes.
You let them know that you were not in this company, the things that they accused you of based upon this post, we assume, because they haven't told us, they haven't told you exactly what you, they just said that you had cross-recruited from another company, and I don't know, a few things that they said that weren't true.
Right.
But they were not very specific. But they gave you a period of time to defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Give your answers. And you told them straight, I'm not in the company. It's not true. I haven't cross-recruited because I'm not even in the company. And they've ignored that.
That's
You told
correct.
them I need my money, which
Mm-hmm.
you'd already earned, that they legally can't take, but they have, and they've not even bothered to respond.
Nope.
So this is very upsetting for me that they did that
Mm-hmm.
to you. You know, they did to me as well.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'd done a bit more. At least I was in the company. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do the things that they said. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like they said that I'd cross-recruited as well. They think because I cross-recruited you, but you weren't even in the business or whatever. But so I didn't do the things that you know the terms you can just say you can't do. I didn't do them, but I can't be. I just told them basically to take a running jump is what I told them.
Mm-hmm.
And they took a load of my money as well. You know, but whatever. I'm not whatever. But I don't. So I feel that this is just part of the sign of their, you know, ethics and all the rest of it. But anyway, so I want to be a bit more positive. I don't want to focus on all of that. I don't want to really
Right.
bash them or whatever. You know, I've done a bit of that already. I don't want to stay in that energy. It's not nice.
No.
Whatever. So let's get into something a bit more positive. So now Ollie Life, which is the other company, they have a wand and they have
Mm-hmm.
a foot device. Now, have you? I don't think you have, but I've never asked you this. Have you ever seen the Prife foot device?
Yes, I have. It's got a hood on it, and it's like it looks like a foot spa. Everybody thinks it's like you put water in it, but it's not. It's not like that.
Right, you don't. Okay. So have you used it?
No, I have not. I can't. I could not. I couldn't justify that expense at $4,500.
Right.
You know,
So
I just couldn't.
same here. So here's the thing. So Prife have got the ones which we've already acknowledged as I've got behind me. That's two Prife ones right there. I've got a couple of pros and whatever. Love them. Of course, if they work. If they're not working, but that's a whole different ball game. But if they work, they're great. But Prife have a device that you put your feet in, and it gives terahertz and PEMF. Although Prife didn't know it gave PEMF until the other day. They've been selling it a year without knowing that, which is kind of crazy. They know that basically through me, but whatever. So Prife have just discovered that they've got PEMF in there as well. And this machine is 4,500. And I've had a bunch of people ask me about it, and I've always said no. And the reason I've said no is for two reasons. One, it's 4,500, which is a lot of money. And two, I really didn't know what it did. Like,
Right.
I knew it was terahertz, but the wand is terahertz, and you can get one much cheaper. So I really didn't see the benefit. But I found out a lot more about it because something happened that blew me away. And so when I was looking into this other company in Malaysia, I found out that they had the wand, but they were selling a lot more of the foot device. And that made kind of no sense to me because, like, I personally have sold zero because I don't believe it. The reason
Same.
given, nobody that I
Actually,
know.
I take that back. I think I sold one. I think I sold one bio.
Right, well, that would mean something. I want that because you wouldn't have whatever. Right. So this foot device, they're you know doing far more with than the wand, and it's because they're getting better results than the wand. So I'm curious as to why they're getting better results, and that's when I found out that they had PEMF as well, because they got the same tech. And that's when I started telling the Prife people it's got PEMF. They're like, no, it hasn't got PEMF. I'm like, it has, because the Ollie Life one's got PEMF. It's the same. It's the same tech. It's a slightly different presentation, but it's the same tech. It's got PEMF. No, PEMF's rubbish. Whatever. So anyway, so I started to investigate, and so it's got these two technologies. Now, PEMF has some amazing stuff on its own. You've got lots of PEMF devices out there. The most famous is probably one called the Beamer, and that's 4,000 plus for the Beamer. But this has got PEMF with terahertz, and they are seeing even better results than the wand. And the wand is unbelievable on its own. I was blown away by the wand a couple of years back when I saw the results of that. So something to have more effect than the one. I'll give you one example. So one of the things I was looking at, you might not know this, I'm not sure, but with diabetes, usually the doctors will put you on metformin and various other things to control blood sugars. But
Mhm.
PEMF has been shown to be 20% more effective than the doctor prescribed drugs for blood sugar issues. Without
Wow.
a drug, like 20%
Wow.
more effective without a drug, without any cost once you have it. Unbelievable. So that's just
Mhm.
one little example. Now the other thing, see if you will know where I'm going with this. So there is a problem with the wand in terms of lots of people love it but don't use it as much as they should. Do you know where I'm going? Why they don't? Do you know what I'm talking about here?
Yes, I'm guilty of that myself. Unfortunately, with my condition from my injury, I'm not in a position where I can skip a wanding session. I do have to do it really regularly, but it is daunting. It is daunting to wand myself, and especially with my pro. I love my pro, but it is a bit heavy and, waving it around or whatever. So I've actually resorted to the place where, since I have the pro and it has the cool setting, I would just lay it on the bed next to me because the actual art of wanding myself, sometimes I don't feel up to it. And I know a lot of clients that have reported the same. I've been slacking on my wanding and I understand why.
Right. And I am at the same. If you've got acute pain or something, you're going to do it, whatever. But if you're
Mhm.
not too bad or you're healthy, putting 20 minutes or even 30 minutes aside where you can do nothing, you can't watch TV, you can't have a chat, you just, it's too loud, and you're going
Mhm.
down, and you putting 20 to 30 minutes a day aside apparently is really difficult for us modern people. I like,
Mhm.
we can't do, I can't, I'm struggling. I thought it'd be easy. It's not. So what happens is I
Mm-mm.
miss a day, I miss a couple of days, I miss a week, I miss two. It's like, oh my goodness, I haven't wandered for 2-3 weeks.
Oh
So
no.
now, of course, if you've got a lot of pain and different stuff, you're not going to allow that to happen. But for me,
Mhm.
because I don't need it. So
Mhm.
the wand is not difficult to use; it's easy, but finding the time is difficult for a lot of us. Okay,
Yes.
we can always find something else to be doing.
Mhm.
So with the foot device, I could be on it now. You wouldn't even know. As long as my feet were on it here, it's totally silent, and I could be on this live, and nobody would know except for me. So it's something you can do while you're watching TV, while you're having a chat, while you're on a Zoom, while you're snapping in your chair, whatever it might be. So it doesn't matter how good technology is, if you're not using it for any reason, it's not going to do you the good. So this
Right.
thing is very, very practical. Now, so we're getting better results with it. This is the what we're seeing. It's more practical. It's easier to use. The one thing that people might be thinking, but price. What about the price?
Mhm.
So the reason that neither of us was super excited about the iTerra Bio, which is the Prife version of this, is because of the price. Four
Yes.
thousand 500, and it's actually 5,200 or 300 in the UK and what have you.
Mhm.
That's a lot of money to ask for people. Um, but the Ollie Life version of this, which in my opinion is actually better because it's better built, and it's also sleeker and lighter than the Price one, it's my opinion, based on some good evidence, but whatever. But instead of 4,000, I kind of want to do the market thing. It's not 4,500. It's not even 4,000. I don't even know how they do that. 3,000. No, I'm not going to have 3,500 or even 3,000. I don't.
Yep. Mhm.
It's $1,040 in the
Mhm.
US delivered. One
Yep.
thousand $40. Now there's some rumors going out there that it's not available in the US and it's not available in a 110. That's all false. It's totally available. We've got people with it using it. 110. They're getting great results. So if you hear that it's not available, it's just false. Um,
Mhm.
so that's the same price in Price as a premium wand, but it's
Mhm.
their 4,500 top end piece for that money.
Right.
So I'm excited about that.
Mhm. Me too. When I heard the price, I couldn't believe it because I was like, "Oh, great, it's gonna be another, $4,500 device." But It's not. And from everything that I've researched about Ollie Life, they're really focusing on the quality, which is another reason why I've been inching in that direction, is because the quality issue is what's been bugging me. So just to hear that they're focusing on quality, not going to go into the ones because they're not available in the US, but they're supposed to be quieter, Italian parts.
Well, let's
So
touch
all of
on
the,
because
okay,
there might be people that are not in the US or Canada.
that's true. That's true.
Okay? So let's touch on the wand. So the Ollie Life only have one wand. Okay, and there's a reason for that. They don't need more wands. So their wand is equivalent to the Pro. It has, for example, it has the 6 settings, so with the cold setting and all that, which is the Pro. I mean, I love the Pro. I've got 2. I love it. It's a great device. So it's, in terms of power and it's equivalent to the Pro. I mean, you can argue that back and forth. I think it's better than the Pro. Personally, I would say it's not equivalent. It's better than the Pro. And some of the reasons it's better than the Pro would be that it's lighter, it's smaller, so it's easier to use. It's not the problem that you mentioned. I mean, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'3". The Prife Pro is fine for me, but would I like it lighter and smaller? Sure, it makes it easier. The motor is a better motor. It's a brushless motor, which I'm not an engineer, but I've talked to the engineers about this. They tell me that the motor is much better. It's quiet. It's not like a of the Pro or the Classic or any of them. So you can actually I could be having a conversation with you now and you wouldn't really hear it. Although I'll be doing that. So I mean, it'd be. So it has a brushless motor. It comes with a stand that's motorized. Okay, so you can use this on your own, on your back, on your neck, etc. Comes in a beautiful case. The Prife case is beautiful too. I prefer the Ollie Life one, but the Prife one is a lovely case too. But it comes with a stand. That's a big deal. That's a very big deal because a lot of people were after stands. A stand like this, if you go and buy a motorized stand like this, that's a couple of $100 right there for that stand. If you bought a Classic, the basic wand and a stand, that's going to cost you what, $380 plus 200, 3, 4, 580 kind of area to do that for the Classic, the basic one. So this is not like the Classic. This is like the Pro with the stand. And when it comes to the US, which it isn't now because they don't have a 110 volt one, they have a 220. If you're in a 220 country like me, you're fine. But it's going to be around about not 5,000, not even the 1,000 that the P90 is. It's going to be around about 550, cheaper than the Classic. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And the results we're seeing are at least equal or better than what we've seen with Prife. So I've actually, one of my first people that had used the Prife foot device and then used the Ollie Life one, the P90. They had a problem that wasn't resolved on the Prife one. That when they went on the P, they went 3 sessions, and then they had 1 session on the P90, and it resolved it. Now I don't know. I can't say that that's going to happen in every case, but the only time that I've had somebody using both with a known problem, they got a better result with the P90. Is that because it's better built? I don't know, but that's what happened. So we've been super enthusiastic about Prife. You've been like even more than me online, sharing all your stuff and what have you. And we were really both very discouraged, right, when we see the coming to an end. I mean, I stopped pushing them about 4 or 5 months back. There's still people coming to me because of the stuff I put out there previously, but I really cut back because I was waiting for them to fix it. So they have, again, we're not going to dwell on that, but this is actually, when one door closes, another opens saying. This is one of those situations where a door is closed, and what's opening is so much better. The same technology. Now, Prife, have you got anything? What do you say? That some of the Prife people are going to say this is not the same as the not an original or whatever. Do you have anything to say to that? Have you got any comment on that?
Well, people may not be aware that Prife is actually just a marketing company. It's actually not they're not the people that designed it or came up with the technology. Actually, they just purchased a license. So that's pretty much the same thing Ollie Life did is purchase a license and now they're marketing it and building it the way they want. And so they're not the only ones with the technology. And that's why they're able to offer it at a more affordable price and focus on the things that maybe Prife didn't.
Well, they've got the advantage that Price really have done the groundwork. They've got it
Hmm.
popular, so they've done a lot of good stuff. But they had a monopoly, so they were able to charge whatever price they wanted. It's interesting that. Well, I'm not going to go into that again, but I'm really trying to not get into the negative stuff. I really don't want to
Right.
go there too much. But yeah, so Price had a monopoly. They could charge what they wanted.
Hmm.
It may well be that they're going to drop their prices now to compete. I don't know. I mean, if they don't, then I don't know how what they're gonna do. But right, so if anyone wants any more information, what would they need to do?
You can shoot me an email at stacy@thewandfairy.com, or you can just shoot me a message on Facebook, leave a comment, leave a like. I will send you info if I see your name pop up.
Awesome. So all of those people that already have a wand from Price, if it's working, great. I'm
Hmm.
using all my Price wands. I've got 4 classics, and I've got 2 pros, and I'm using them. None of them are broken. I haven't had one of mine are the old ones though. They were better then. Um, so I'm using them. So do not panic if you have a Price wand. Please, I've got so many people panicking, kept saying, "Oh, is it going to?" No, it's fine if it's working. Then just carry on using it. But if you want, or if you haven't got a wand yet, or if you want to have this device that has terahertz and PMF and is easier to use, then just get in touch, ask the questions. We try and be as honest and transparent as we can. This is what this video is about. We're sharing. It was hard for me to move on from Prife because I was attached. It was a process. It was difficult because I've seen so many good things. So many.
Yeah.
I mean, you're one of the things that you are one of the things that just encouraged the heck out of me. What the
Oh no. Oh no.
um,
Happened?
uh,
What happened?
obviously my internet sucks because we just both got the
Oh.
back. Um, so I've just found out I can change the order of it just said directory order. This is fun.
Hmm.
Look at that. Just change the order. Never knew I could do that. Okay.
Nice.
So there you have it. That's the story. I hope that you understand why Stacey. I haven't shared my story so much, but why we've made the decisions that we have, and it's really because our goal is to help people. And both of us struggle to sell something like a classic wand that's basically around the same price, or in this case, the foot device, 4,500 to 1,000. We can't do it. We just can't
Mm-mm.
do it. I
No.
don't care if I've lost a chunk of money by walking away from Price. They've kept my money. They've just stolen it.
Same here.
And
So yeah.
I've got tens of thousands of dollars tied up in Price stock, but it's going to be really hard for me to sell because I'm saying this, and it's like, what can I do? I can only tell you.
Right.
If anyone wants to buy a cheaper Price wand, let me know. In the US, especially, I've got a lot of them.
Hmm.
We'll knock a bit off. But you're probably going to want not to do that, but it's up to you. You can
Probably, yeah.
full warranty, 12-month warranty, and all the rest of it. If you,
Yeah.
But there you have it. Is there anything else that you feel should be said?
I just want to say in closing that my goal will always be to get you the best bang for your buck. And I've never been money motivated. I am
We don't
helping.
really want the bangs. The Ollie Life one.
Right. Yeah. So I understand what it's like to be completely broke and sick and you just desperate for help and getting things into people's hands that are more affordable and more attainable goals is just super exciting to me. So I'm really excited to move forward with this company. And I could have extended my 14-day window of, trying to plead my case with Price, but at this point, I don't care. It's okay to walk away from some money to start helping people again because I do miss it and I have not really liked being off the radar and not helping people. I really am happy to have something now that I can back and give my full 100% endorsement again.
What do you say to the people that have said already and will say that you are being unethical switching companies?
I would say to them that they're the unethical ones. If they, I'm not loyal to a company. I'm just not. I'm loyal to my people. There's so many people that are sick and especially injured like me, with limited funds. So trying to sell them a $4,500 device is just not something I was ever comfortable with. And yeah, if they think that I'm unethical, that's okay. We just wouldn't be friends then.
And I agree. Our loyalty should be to the people we're trying to help, not to the company. Prife haven't been loyal to you. They've shut your money off. They've shut my money off, right? So why would we be loyal to a company that's not loyal, not just to us, but they've not been loyal in a lot of situations that we were both aware of. So we don't have loyalty to Prife. The only thing we loved about Prife was the product that they had, and they were the only ones that had it at the beginning. But now there's another company. So the product we want to get, and if another company comes along and does a better job in another year or two, we'll be moving again. We're not loyal to Ollie Life, right? Either.
Right.
Our loyalty isn't to a company, so we will move. Although, if the company's nice and ethical and all of that, then we'll be, it'll be a different whole process than it is currently with Prife, the way that they've behaved. And they're putting videos out right now attacking me and all sorts of stuff. So it is what it is, but we have to speak the truth. And sometimes that truth offends, and sometimes people really value it and they love the fact that we're doing it, and sometimes they don't. But we still have to speak the truth. So I think that's probably covered most stuff. So yeah, get in touch with Stacey. If you're one of my people, then get in touch with me and we can fill you in with anything that you might want to know and give you the straight facts. Don't listen to people that really don't know what they're talking about. The Prife people for a whole year have had this foot product. They didn't know it had PMF. That's the shambles of Prife. It's not their fault. It's not the distributor's fault. They didn't know because Prife didn't know. And Prife didn't know that. How can they not know, right? But the only reason they know is because I was telling them it has got PMF, and they were going back to their leaders saying, "We're being told it has PMF. Are you sure it hasn't got PMF?" And they did a whole big thing. No, it hasn't got PMF. And then they suddenly did a U-turn. Actually, we've just found out. We've just checked, and it turns out it has. It would be funny. Well, it is funny. It is funny. I wouldn't find it funny if I was in Prife anymore, but now I'm not. I can laugh at that. All right. God bless everyone. Have a great day. And like, we're here. And if you even don't agree with us, happy to talk with you and explain better than we probably have here if you've got issues. I've had one or two people that I've spoken with, and after I spoke, they understood, and we went away friends. And that's really what we want to do. Stay friends, don't fall out, help as many people as we can. We don't want the controversy and the fighting and all that, but we also have to explain why we're doing what we're doing. We have to give the reasons, and unfortunately the reasons are a bit negative about Prife, so can't get around that completely. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
All right, bye.